Hi there, and welcome to the AP History Weekly Writing Workshop. This week we are going to be discussing the SAQ prompt style that covers secondary sources. So while I am your 8-Push Lady Boss and I specialize in AP US history, what I show you today is going to apply to all the AP histories, AP US, AP World, and AP European history. So if you are familiar with the secondary source style of question, I like to call it the dueling historians. So in this style of question, you have a passage by one historian about a topic, and then another passage by a different historian about the same topic, and they are going to differ in their interpretation of that historical development. Now, no matter what prompt you have, what passages you have, the questions are pretty much always going to be the same. For part A, you need to describe the difference in their historical interpretation. For part B, you need to provide additional outside evidence that could support the first author. And then for part C, you need to provide evidence that would support the second author. So the way that I use this with students is with this secondary source graphic organizer. If you are on my email list, if you're on my if you're one of my subscribers, you're going to get this for free this week. If not, you can join my subscribers down below in the description, and you can get this document for free. So what I tell students to do, this is a step-by-step guide. What I tell students to do is to first read, before even reading the sources, read what it says for letter A. So you want to read letter A because it'll give you a clue as to what this prompt is going to be about. So for this one that I created, and you can purchase this on my TPT store, it's for 8-Push periods 5 and 6. It says, briefly describe one major difference between Faulkner and Roediger's and Foner's historical interpretations of the growth of the labor movement. So at this point, you know that your topic is the growth of the labor movement. At this point, I have students brainstorm. What do you already know about this? Do you know any labor movements off the top of your head? Any unions, any strikes? Can you think of any important people, places, events? So that gets their brains already working. Then what I have them do is to then read the first source. At this point, they list any important vocabulary that the author has included, and then they take the time to brainstorm some outside evidence. Then with this information, they're going to write, what is the author's perspective or argument? Then they do the same for the second author. Now, at this point, the student has everything they need to know in order to write their response. So the last thing on this graphic organizer is going to be sentence formulas. It takes them through exactly what they should write in order to score a 3 out of 3 on the short answer question. It's not going to be the most awe-inspiring answer, the most creative answer, but I guarantee if they follow this information or follow this formula and have the correct information, they will score a 3 out of 3. So, what I also emphasize when I teach the secondary source prompt is that this one may take longer than the other ones. So while you have 40 minutes to complete 3 short answer questions, because of the reading involved in this one, I usually tell students to plan for about 15 minutes on this response. So my keys here for teaching the secondary source is to read part A first, so that you know the topic of the sources before actually reading the sources, and then to go through this graphic organizer to help them build their confidence and be able to go smooth sailing through this. I know that some people like the ACE method or the ICE method when writing, but I find that that structure doesn't really pertain well to especially the secondary source style of prompt. So linked below is the graphic organizer and a link to join my email subscribers, and also this unique prompt that I developed for periods 5 and 6 on labor unions. It includes a rubric, and it also includes student samples and scorings. So check out the links below, and I hope you join my subscriber list. I hope this video was helpful for you.